Cancel the state's next witness, please.
Margaret Offret, please.
Okay. Ms. Offred, if you'd step in front of Brittany, we'll get you sworn in.
Do you solemnly swear the testimony you're about to give in the matter before the court to be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, subject to the pains and penalties of perjury? Yes. Please have a seat.
Thanks, Cody.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Go ahead and pull that mic close to you as we take
sorry.
up your answers. Please state your name and spell your last name.
Margaret Offret, O-F-F-R-E-T.
You go by Margie? Is
I
that
go by
right?
Margie, yes.
Where do you work?
For this, I work for the University of Utah.
And what do you do for them?
I'm a medical assistant coordinator.
What about in 2022? What was your role back then?
Same role, but I also do part-time EMS, and at that time it was for Park City Fire.
What do you do as part-time EMS? What's that role?
Emergency responder, advanced EMT.
Is that similar to a paramedic?
Yes, one step below.
And how long have you been working as an advanced EMT?
Almost 40 years.
Now, given that experience, have you been called out to a death scene before?
Many, yes.
How many would you say?
Over the 40 years, probably more than 100.
Have you been called out to the scene of an overdose before?
Yes.
A drug overdose?
Yes.
How many?
20 to 30.
What kind of certifications do you hold to be an advanced EMT?
Well, I have advanced life support, pediatric advanced life support, and I do monthly training and recertify every 2 years.
And you're up to date on that training?
Yes, ma'am.
As you were back in 2022?
Yes.
Were you working on March 4th of 2022?
Yes.
And did you respond to the scene at 282 Willow Court?
Yes.
When you arrived, what did you do first?
We got our gear and went to the bedroom where our patient was.
Where was he when you arrived?
In the bedroom, on the floor.
What was the position of Eric Richins when you arrived?
He was laying flat on the floor, straight.
Was he on a sheet?
I don't recall.
Let me show you State's Exhibit 1-4S1. It'll pop up on your screen there. Do you see that?
Not yet.
You should be able to see it.
I can see it. I can see it.
Do you recognize that?
Yes.
What is that?
The scene in the bedroom.
That's the scene that you were just describing.
Yes.
Judge, this has already been admitted. I would like to publish it to the jury. No objection.
Okay, one moment.
So when you arrived on scene, if Mr. Richins had been on top of a sheet on the floor, would you have moved him?
No, only if it was in the way of what we were doing.
Now, were you made aware that Mr. Richins had been pulled to the ground from the bed?
I don't recall that we were aware of that. That's just where we found him.
Now, in your line of work, have you been on a scene where people have been pulled to the ground on a sheet to perform CPR in the past?
I don't recall sheets, but people have been pulled off the bed.
When you saw Eric Richins on the floor, was there anything that stood out to you about the position of his body?
That he was at the foot of the bed instead of the side of the bed.
Why did that stand out to you?
Because most places when we go, the person is on the side of the bed. Just easier to get them off.
And anything about the physical position of his body that stood out to you?
He was just very straight.
What do you mean by that?
Straight, like everything was straight.
What would you expect if someone had been
Sometimes
pulled?
arms are flailed about.
Okay, just let me finish the question.
Sorry.
That's okay. I just want to make sure that our you perform life-saving procedures on Eric Richins.
Yes.
What did you do to attempt to resuscitate him?
We hooked up the Lucas machine. We started an interosseous IO needle and gave him epi and the cardiac arrest protocol.
So I'm going to have you describe a couple of those things for the jury because I know that you use these terms all the time, but they
Okay.
might not know. What is a Lucas machine?
A Lucas machine is the machine that does compressions for us so that we're free to do other things such as IVs or IO needles, interosseous needles, to give medications.
You also mentioned that Mr. Richins was given epi. What do you mean by that?
Epinephrine, which is a medication that we give to try and start the heart again.
And so those things were being performed on Mr. Richins.
Yes.
Is it also your protocol to ask if your patient is taking any medications?
Yes.
Did you do that in this case?
Yes.
Did you ask Miss Kouri Richins if Mr. Richins was taking any medications?
Yes, I believe I did.
Were you given any medications that Eric Richins was taking?
Yes, I believe she told me it's in my report, but naltrexone for Lyme disease, possibly?
Did she hand you that medication?
No.
Any other medications that you were made aware of that Eric Richins was taking?
She did also say CBD gummies.
As you are performing these life-saving measures on Eric Richins, are you also looking for things in his immediate area that might explain what's happening with him?
Yes.
And did you do that in this case?
Yes.
Did you see anything that to you might explain what's going on with him?
No.
Now, when you've been on the scene for an overdose death or an overdose call in the past, what are some things that you see around the person that might indicate to you what's happening?
Sometimes you see drug paraphernalia or pill bottles.
Did you observe any of those things?
No.
Now, were you there when the time of death was called for Eric Richins?
Yes.
What time was that?
3:58, I believe.
And that would be in the morning, right?
Yes. A.M.
Now, later you talked about Eric Richins being down sometime or dead sometime.
Yes.
What was that observation based on?
He was cold to the touch. His body was cold to the touch, and his heart rhythm, which when we hooked up the monitor, showed that he was in asystole.
What is asystole?
That's flatline.
So no heartbeat.
No heart electroactivity at all.
Did that ever change while you were there?
No.
Just a moment. Ma'am, those are all my questions for you. Thank you. The defense may have some as well.
Thank you.
Ms. Lewis, please.
Good morning.
Good morning.
You weren't the first EMT or EMS to arrive on the scene, correct?
Correct.
When you arrived on the scene, others were already starting to work on Mr. Richins, true?
One person, yes.
Was working on him?
Yes.
All right. And what was that person doing?
Compressions.
All right. So you don't know if the body had already been arranged in any sort of way by the prior EMT?
I do not.
All right. Now, when you were first called to the scene, you believed it was a call for cardiac arrest, correct?
Yes.
That was the chief complaint that was brought to your attention.
Yes.
All right. And what did you do? What was the first thing you did when you arrived?
We hooked our I had a partner. We were hooking up our monitor to see what kind of heart rhythm we may have, and then attaching the Lucas machine, which does compressions for us.
That's cool.
It is cool.
All right, so you went directly into the bedroom when you arrived.
Yes.
All right. And you later wrote a report. It's called a pre-hospital care report.
Yes.
Is that true?
Mhm.
I'm just going to have you take a quick look at this and tell me if this is... Well, actually, can you just pull it up on the screen and show her?
She has it.
All right, is that your report?
Yes.
All right. We'd moved to admit that as, I guess, defense exhibit. I think now we're at 3005.
I would object.
The witness can still see it.
Oh, she can still see it, you said. I'm sorry. All right, so
In fairness to her, it's pretty small.
it's, yes, it is small here too. I can. All right, so where did you get the information that he was possibly having a cardiac arrest?
That's what the dispatch came across as.
So, but you didn't know if that was correct.
No.
And it turned out not to be correct, right?
That he was in cardiac arrest?
He didn't die of a cardiac arrest.
Well, I mean, he was in cardiac arrest. I did not know, and I don't know what he died from.
All right, explain that he was in cardiac arrest at that time. What is the
He was in asystole, which is a flat line, which means there's no electrical activity in the heart. That's cardiac arrest.
All right, so
And he was
think,
not breathing, obviously.
So as a layperson, I was reading that you thought he was in the process of having a heart attack, but that's not accurate.
That's not accurate.
All right, so that just means someone who is not having their heart functioning at the time when you're called in. That would just be called a cardiac arrest.
Correct.
All right, so that was the information that you based what you did
Yes.
following when you got there.
Yes.
All right. And when you arrived, you spoke with, well, first you said you went right into the room.
Correct. Yes.
And you administered epinephrine.
Once we got our lines started, yes.
All right. And you also, I just lost the word. You also admitted,
Yes, we did give Narcan.
Okay, what's the purpose of Narcan?
Narcan is to reverse any possible drug overdoses with narcotics.
All right. But he had been asystole, help me with the word,
Asystole.
asystole for a while by the time you gave him that.
Yes.
And that typically would be helpful if it was given pretty immediate after.
Yes, that's kind of a last effort. Let's try this.
Okay. And then at what point did you go from in the bedroom to, well, let me rephrase that. What did you do next? You gave him the Narcan, you gave him the epinephrine, and what else did you do in the room?
I just continued to work the code until the Park City Fire medics got there.
What does that mean, work the code?
Tried to save him, continuing CPR, trying to figure out why he's in a cardiac arrest,
And
breathing for him, things like that.
Were you able to determine why he was in cardiac arrest?
No,
All right. Not at that time, anyway.
no,
And then you left the room, true?
yes,
And at the point you left the room, you knew that he was deceased, correct?
correct.
And you went out, and is the first person you spoke to one of the deputies that was there, Deputy DeWin?
I don't recall.
All right. Do you recall telling one of the deputies that you thought maybe it was possibly an aneurysm?
I just possibly coming up with ideas, yes.
Okay, that makes sense. And at that time, did you know his medical history?
Yes, what I was given.
And who gave you that?
Kouri.
Okay. And she gave you the same medical history that she had already given to the deputies, correct?
I don't know.
Did you talk to the deputies about the fact that he had Lyme disease?
I think I probably told them that's what she told me.
All right. And the information about what medications he was on, did that come from her or did that come from the deputies?
That came from her.
And this was after he'd already passed, you got this information?
I believe while we were working the code, I had asked those questions.
All right. And you said that one of the medications that you were told he was on was naltrexone?
Correct.
And you were told that was for Lyme disease.
Correct.
However, that would be a off-brand use for naltrexone.
Correct.
Naltrexone is typically used for people that are suffering cravings either from drugs or alcohol, correct?
Correct.
Your Honor, I think we need to lay a little more foundation here.
I'm done.
We'll just move on unless you're going to ask this witness more questions about the
Not about the naltrexone.
on-label and off-label uses of medications.
No, that was all.
Okay.
All right. All right, just give me a moment. Let me just look at your report here. Can you tell me about, in your report, you talk about blood sugar obtained,
Yes.
and you say the blood sugar obtained of 458. That was his actual blood sugar at that time?
Yes.
That's extremely high, correct?
It's high.
All right. And would that be a natural thing just based on someone passing, that their blood sugar would go up?
I don't know why his blood sugar was that high.
All right. And you also have in there that he had a GCS of 3. Can you tell me what that means?
Glasgow Coma Score. So that's basically he scored 1 on everything, which it goes from 5 to 1. Someone who's alert and oriented would get a 5. Someone who is not responding gets a 1. That's the
All right.
lowest score you can get. a
1
3.
is the lowest score.
3.
Oh, 3. Okay.
Yes.
And tell me again, what does GCS stand for?
Glasgow Coma Score.
Okay, thank you. All right, so then are you the one that told Ms. Richins that Eric was in fact deceased?
Yes.
Is this something that you've had to do before?
Yes.
So it wasn't the first time you told someone that their spouse or someone else with them had passed?
No.
And I imagine this is difficult.
Very.
And I would imagine that you've seen many different reactions from different people to that kind of news. True?
Yes.
From silent shock, correct?
Yes.
To hysteria.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes people throw up.
I haven't seen that but once.
You haven't seen anyone throwing up after hearing that news?
Not really, no.
Okay. You never know what to expect, though.
Correct.
You never know how someone's going to react
True.
when they get terrible, traumatic news like that.
Yes.
Probably a little bit different for an unexpected death than maybe someone who's been terminally ill, true?
Yes.
is it fair to say unexpected deaths get a wider range of reactions than someone who's been dying, say, for months and it was expected?
Yes.
All right. Just back to your report for one moment. So everything in your report was done, you were just writing down what you did based on the information you had. True?
Yes. Yes.
And you didn't know if the information was correct at that time. It's just based on the information you had.
Yes.
All right. I'd move again to admit Defense Exhibit 300.
I'll withdraw my objection, Judge, if they want to admit it.
Oh, okay. This would be defense, give me the numbering again.
I believe it's
3005.
5, yes.
Katie, is that right? Okay. D3005 is admitted. Is there any part you want to publish to the jury?
Not at this time. I just wanted to admit it.
Okay. very
Thank you.
good. Anything else for this witness, Ms. Charbonnet?
Just briefly, Judge.
So, you testified to Ms. Lewis's questions that you had made a guess that maybe Eric Richins died of an aneurysm. Why did you make that guess?
Because he had a lot of blood coming out of his mouth when we arrived in while we were working on him.
And was that happening, when was that happening, the blood?
During CPR.
So when you arrived, the blood was already coming out of Eric Richins' mouth.
Yes.
Did you have an explanation for why that blood was coming out of his mouth?
No.
No further questions, ma'am. Thank you.
Here we go. Okay. Within the scope of redirect, please.
It's not unusual to see blood come out of someone's mouth during CPR, correct?
Not normally, but it seemed more than normal.
All right. So, the machine, the cool machine, what's it called?
Lucas machine.
The Lucas. That, can you describe the sort of pressure that machine uses?
Well, it compresses the chest as you would in CPR. It's a continuous compression that, it's like doing CPR with your arms, only more steady than a human can do.
And consistent in terms of the amount of pressure.
Correct, yes.
Whereas humans of different sizes have different amounts of pressure.
Correct.
Did the machine break any of Mr. Richins' ribs?
I have no idea.
You don't know. Does it sometimes do that?
I don't know.
All right. Well, as a trained EMT, when the compressions are being given hard compressions, if there's blood in the lungs, it wouldn't be unusual to see that come out, correct?
Correct, yes.
And in order to do efficient CPR, one, you would need to be trained, correct?
Correct.
And fair to say that a very small person who's untrained would have difficulty doing the strength of compressions that's necessary when giving CPR.
They could, yes.
Okay. Anything else? All right, I have nothing further.
No questions, Judge.
You can step down. Thank you.
Thank you.